Turn it up. Hey.
Catch a vibe with DJ Willie Will, Dre, and Tone Block on Zealous Vibes.
Every thought they say, it's theirs alone. It don't reflect us, no, just their tone. Comments and vibes, it's how they feel. What they share, that's their own deal. The words are personal, no need to stress. Here we share thoughts, express, no suppress. It's Zealous Vibes, so come through. We're all just sharing our point of view.
Welcome back to Zealous Vibe, man. We is about to get into it again, man. We're about to talk about these Zodiac signs, get into it, but I'm going to let Dre navigate this thing because he had provided us with some information, man. I kind of understand, but, man, just break it down to what we're about to look at here, Dre.
All right, what we about to do is we about to get into our Venus signs, and what that really represents is how you behave and act and show up in love. So how you view love, how people experience you in love. It may be totally different from your regular sun sign. So, like, Will, what's your Venus sign?
My Venus signs, man,
Read the type of sign it is. Venus and
Aries.
Aries. Okay.
Venus and Aries.
Oh, true Aries.
Always.
in love. Right.
So you believe? No.
So just for an example, Will's sun sign is an Aries, and his Venus happens to be in Aries.
Yeah.
You could probably be somebody like a Taurus and have your Venus in Aries.
Oh, okay.
And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you say you're a Taurus, but you act like a Aries when it comes to love.
Love and
Yeah.
romance.
That's why
And I act like who the fuck I am.
And that's
Aggressive.
and that's also who you tend to look for and attract in a partner too.
Yeah. Did you want me to go on and break some of this stuff?
You know,
down?
just give us a couple of points that you kind of agree with and some that you don't.
All right. I agree with these 2 points right here. You will not hold back when pursuing your interests, and you can be very competitive when you're seeking the affection of others. I agree with that one right there.
All right.
I also agree with that first one. You're aggressive in your emotions and self-expressions. Now, one thing that I'm quite not agree with is you do not like things to become too peaceful or predictive in the love area. I'm not too sure about that one right there.
So you like plain Jane love? You like just routine? Come home
Or
every
you
day, the
want
same
different?
same old? Or you want somebody who's exciting, who's
No, I don't mind.
Spontaneous.
It's like I don't mind excitement and spontaneous, but at the same time, I don't mind peaceful too. Like sometimes I just want it peaceful. It may be because I'm tired, or maybe I just want to hear go to
just the
sleep.
time.
yeah.
So I mean, sometimes I don't mind peaceful.
Okay.
So yeah, that's make me say,
Like
I'm
a
not
mixture.
sure that's not completely me because I do like that.
And see, other planets in your chart may affect that, and that's probably why you feel a little different about that. That part of it. So that's why it's like you got to really dive deep into certain things, and especially astrology, because everything play with everything. All the different energies play against each other. They mix with each other, intermingle. So a lot of like you can say like 95% of what you read was you agree with.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, but the other 5% like it's because of something else that's influencing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Before you go to the next person, though,
Okay.
tell us how you came up with this information. Like, what did you have to put in for us to get this accurate on who we are?
All right, what we're doing right now is we're doing natal charts, and what that is we taking a snapshot of what the universe looks like, where the stars were positioned, like the sun, moon, the planets were positioned at the time we was born.
Okay.
So it's like, as soon as you was born, they write the time down, and it's like somebody just take a snapshot of what the stars, how the stars were aligned. It's like we say that all the time. Oh, his stars or her stars were aligned. You know what I'm saying? Because it was written, they had a destiny to do what they do. So that's what they really talking about. They talk about your natal chart. They talking about understanding who you are, who you came to this planet to be. And so that's what a natal chart is really talking about, and that's what we breaking down. The next person, I go next. My Venus sign is in Scorpio. So although I'm a Libra, I'm all about relationships or whatever, but when it comes to love, I'm kind of like almost the opposite.
Okay.
I'm secretive about my relationships. I like a woman who knows how to express herself, with me only. I'm kind of like a little selfish in love, I don't want my woman to be accessible to everybody, but I'm not to the point where I'm a stalker or anything like that. I just feel like that's a sacred part. It should be, keep under wraps. It should just be for me. You know, so I'm a little possessive when it comes to love, like a Scorpio would be. You know, so that's how you would interpret
Very
that kind of
possessive.
sign.
'Cause that's what
Like
they
necessarily your friends ain't gotta be her friends type shit.
Yeah. But I could get along with it, but it's like
It could be, but
Yeah.
it's not what you
keep our
striving
it's
for.
more so like with me, like keep our business within our
For us.
relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's about. What's your sign?
My sign is this is Favorite. My sign is Venus in Aquarius. So what I like about this, and this is so true, is that I appreciate a love partner who will allow me plenty of freedom.
Yeah.
And who is not too emotional and demand. So when it's come to a guy is demanding, I can't do it.
Right.
I will move around and say peace.
Right.
Another part I like about this, and all this that I'm reading is basically I like because it is me. Friendship. I have a lot of friends, but how can I say it? Necessary. I don't like them to be around all the time.
Yeah.
And you would probably have every Aquarius on the planet agreeing with you about that, because that's how they naturally act with everybody, and you
we
feel like they're
ghost,
like in
baby.
close relationships.
Yes,
You're like,
yes.
you could be social, you can have a ton of friends, but at the end of the day, you like your solitude. You like to get away and be alone, and you're
Yes.
perfectly fine about that,
Yep. And be happy.
and be aloof,
baby.
and you don't necessarily have to be attached to your emotions
Yes.
like that. So yeah, that's very Aquarius like.
And another thing is too, looking at this, jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
I hate jealousy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I totally hate
do
jealousy.
all that.
I don't see why someone has to be jealous of something else. You know, somebody doing well, why you being jealous? I actually had a talk with one of a coworker of mine, and she came out and said, I'm jealous of you. I said, why? Why?
Right.
You don't even know what I came from, what I've been, and you're just jealous of me? I don't understand that.
Right.
So,
Does that change your perception of dating Aquarius?
no. I guess because we're alike,
Right.
and that's why.
Probably.
And so I need something different to challenge me.
You need your opposite.
Yes.
Yeah, because in love, both of y'all will probably
That is
want to
true.
get away from each other instead of resolve the issue.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Tone.
I can speak on that all day.
This is Tone Block. I am a Libra, 10/14/82.
Okay.
I was born in the morning. I couldn't find my birth certificate, but I just gave a estimate.
That's cool.
Anyway, what I read, I kind of believe in. It says your aesthetic perceptions are highly developed. You are likely to have more than an aptitude for some form of art, possibly music. And an example of that I agree with is I used to send all my females that I fuck with like a wake up song that could relate to them in a sense. I'm just being real. Like if it's some Pretty Ricky, it's some whatever it is. You know what I
The
mean?
last time you started.
However I'm feeling about you, I send you a little track and shit, and wake you up or whatever.
Right.
And then it says, you are a highly developed sense of fair play and you dislike disagreements and discord. You may even be templed to confirm rather than to confront in order and avoid arguments and unpleasantness. And I agree, like I'm gonna listen to the side of the story no matter what, if I believe it's right or wrong, for the sense that everybody got their side. And then if I could help you bring to a agreement or some sense of, look, we can get past this and I ain't got shit to do with it, then I'm gonna do that. And it sort of kind of reads me. And the last thing is harmonious relationships are extremely important to you, especially in marriage.
Right.
Like, I don't believe like that just back feeds off the last point. Like, I don't really agree in all this argument and shit. Like, tell me what you feeling, tell you how I'm feeling, and let's just figure this shit out. Cause I mean, for the most part, why are we gonna?
Right.
If we know how each other feel, why are we gonna be mad at each other? Let's talk it out. Let's figure out the problem, the solution, and move forward. Let's not harp on the past unless it has to be. And most of the time, it don't have to be. Like, I feel like I give like Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a bad example, but that's how I feel sometimes. Like I'd rather sacrifice than to, you know what I'm saying, fuck shit up later.
Got you.
I'm going for the better hope.
Already.
So do you believe
Te-
what it's saying?
I mean, everything that I've read, it was a lot more.
Right.
And I believe it's pretty much spot on, except maybe one thing. But
Okay.
for the most part, yeah, it's cool. But I still don't look at that as a way to go about life. But it's definitely it was spot on for the most part.
Yeah, it's just to give you a little insight on maybe like why you do some of the things that you do. Like some people just think it's just because that's just the way I am, but in this scenario, it could kind of point to okay, I understand a little bit more why I do what I do. Here's how I can kind of start working on changing that. That's really what it's doing. It's give you a snapshot of what you are and how to kind of better yourself.
We don't really know who we are. Sometimes we
Right.
have to dive deeper as a person.
Right.
What we feel like we're raised to be.
Right. So it goes back to what I stated at the beginning of the show, that I had to look deep inside myself.
Just to figure out. And sometimes
Exactly.
we all need guidance to figure out who we are and what we are as people.
You know what I think?
And
I
this
think I
one
just
of-
like to
and this one of
disagree
those tools.
sometimes.
Yeah,
That's okay. We don't know.
We know
Okay.
that.
and that's
Do it make it interesting?
and that's a very
We need
Libra
that.
thing to
I
do.
think for a couple of shows, we all know that.
It's very much necessary.
Yeah, it's a very Libra thing to do.
If there's
All right,
no
Taz.
disagreement,
All right, I'm Taz.
All right.
And I have a Venus in Capricorn, which was very surprising, but I mean I could get the similarity of it. Just a little breakdown off of a little things that I have characteristics in with a relationship. I'm more likely to be like in a serious and more of a mature type of relationship. I could feel interest in like a business, stock type of deal when it comes to relationship, and I believe that a lot of the times when I do go towards that, I feel like, you know, not only that we are in love, but we also are building something to grow in. So
Financially
I could get
stable,
financially
security.
stable or go above
Yeah.
and beyond.
Yeah.
Also, it says that I'm not the one to wear a heart upon my sleeve. I don't do well with emotions, and I feel like anything that kind of is off or unbalanced, I can get very detached from it, you know? And so you have to be very realistic with yourself, and spontaneous or superficial relationships is in my best interest.
Yeah.
Also, I think one big thing I set myself to when I seen this was you may not be attracted to you may be attracted to persons older than yourself, someone who is emotionally mature or reliable, who can provide security you desire, take care that you do not neglect the spontaneity and the delete of all the from relationships, because one thing everybody know about me is I hate boring. If we ain't out there doing something, I'm gotta do something, not just sitting at the house. But and I'm not saying on a daily basis, but as far as just being together and all this, I just want to be here, or why do we gotta travel, or why do we gotta go out and look at museums? You know, I'm very adventurous, so
you in your 30s or 20s?
I'm only 25.
Yeah.
Oh, that explain it.
See,
Get to your 40s.
No,
You gonna want to
no.
sit the fuck
Same
down.
way.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
I'll be the same way.
Yeah.
Not your man.
The interesting thing
yeah.
about all of this is as I listen to everybody talk and I start listening to like keywords, even though people don't agree with like what these energies mean, they agree with a lot of the keywords that was said in there, and everybody reiterated them and said that they was very important. Like when we go back to Will, he was Aries, so he was mentioning stuff like a lot of like aggressive. He was agreeing with a lot of those statements, you know, and that's what Aries would represent. And you would look at the archetype of a ram. They like to butt heads. They like to challenge each other. You know, reign supreme. They like to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? The head. You know, the head of the pack.
But at the same time, when I heard Tone over there talking, I was like, that shit fit me too.
Yeah,
I was like, nigga, that's me.
right.
But we all got somebody.
But we all
though.
got all signs in us.
Right.
Yeah. It's just to which degree that you express it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's where your placement is. That's really what it is. Yeah.
Big mama.
Big Mama said
Big
she
Mama,
done
I think
checked
Where we
it out.
at?
I think she was in Capricorn. I think she was in Capricorn
Yeah.
too. But it was interesting that even when we was talking about Capricorn, she agreed with stuff like
yeah.
security.
Right.
I was hearing
Maturity and
maturity,
seriousness.
yeah, seriousness. Yeah, that was very Capricorn traits. So that's what you look for in love. So even though we don't necessarily agree, but once we start understanding what these energies represent, and we can start looking at other signs like, oh, I kind of get a little bit more what they talking about.
Right,
You know.
right. And going back to what Taz had said, oh yeah, I love older guys. So that's true.
Yeah. I've dated a few my age, but we still kind of like, I just be looking at them like, come on now. It goes back to that man thing where they could be certain age, but they still haven't matured at certain age.
Exactly.
Or something, so,
And then when we dig deeper into what Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is well, if we gonna get religious, Saturn means Satan, or basically the accuser, the one who is sent here to give you lessons, to try you through the fire, basically.
Yep.
He's the one who's restrict you, and so that's where you learn your biggest lesson. So
it's crazy that
so
you said
who does that is a father figure or older figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you would look for somebody who's more mature, because he's going to put structure in your life. He's going to challenge you to get better. He's going to put discipline on you. So we don't have to agree with the energies, but that actually plays out into what we look for. You know, how did I get all that from Saturn?
Right.
It's
right.
crazy that you really said that, because one of the disagreements that I had with my partner was, if you don't learn anything from me, you gonna know that one thing that you gonna learn out this relationship is it was a lesson to be learned.
Right. Right.
And I always say that if you ain't learned nothing else, just know that it's a lesson.
Yeah. It ain't a loss, it's a lesson.
It's a
basically.
lesson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you stronger.
And going back to what you said, Dre, about Capricorn being like more of a teacher, because everyone that's around me, I might don't even know them. They come to me and they get information from me.
Right.
I am the barrier of, okay, a reason.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do that. What did you do? Or, you know, so on and so on. I have, of course, Taz over here, you know, she will talk out some things, or she would say, hey, I got a friend that needs to, you know, I need you to talk to. And I'm like, okay, bring it to me.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah, it make a lot of sense, because Capricorn deal with a lot of structure. That's why a lot of them gravitates towards business and organizing and stuff like that. So they just almost like Virgos and that, like earth signs in general. You know, so a lot of what you just said makes sense.
Yeah.
So why people will come to you, because they look at you as a leader.
Yes.
That's what a Capricorn is.
Right.
Motherfuckers look at me as a fixer. Like, hey, my car broke down.
Yeah.
Can you look at this? Is
it's
that
just the
something
way-
in the horoscope? Am I a fixer?
Yeah, we actually are.
Yeah.
Because we tend to be a jack of all trades. We balance. So we good at just about
Y'all balance out
everything.
people other lives. Like,
Yeah, so we naturally help
And
us
look,
healers.
just to be a little more online with what we talking about, like when it comes to relationships,
Yeah.
a lot of people that I know, they've been through ups and downs in relationships, and they've been divorced or remarried or whatever, and I'm still going through mine. So another thing that I seen in mine was people will look at you as wishy-washy.
Yeah.
But can you say I'm wishy-washy when I ain't never switched up? I just tell you the truth whether you like it or not.
Right.
And I do what I know I want to do, whether it's good for you or me.
Right.
I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do because I feel like it's the best for me.
And that's the difference.
If you look at that as wishy-washy, because, just example, all the fellas going out. Nah, I'm going to chill, man. I don't want to go out. Like, the strip club ain't my thing. If a nigga say that, I don't want to go.
Right.
Because that ain't my thing. But everybody else going, oh, nigga, your wife wear the pants. Nigga, you ain't got a wife no more. Nigga, suck
and
my dick.
look, and it just don't be what you. It's not being wishy-washy, because, like I said, y'all skill tilt on the way to balance out y'all feelings and how you feel. In reality, those other people who believe that you're wishy-washy are the people who don't even know how to kind of generate themselves with another person.
Did we talk about that a while ago? I was like, that's how other people receive
Yeah,
their
it's
energy.
the way other people
Yeah.
receive it. But
Right.
like I say, for the most part, bro, what worked for me don't work for you.
Right.
And obviously, what you thought worked for you didn't, because you in your position.
Right.
So don't talk to me about shit unless you asking me something that don't got to relate to relationships or whatever. And if it do, I give you my best knowledge, but you ain't gonna listen. And if you do, it might work for you. But
Right.
See, and we are naturally.
I don't never try to force what I believe on somebody, because for the most part, I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I'm not gonna tell you what you should do.
Right.
I put it that way. And motherfuckers don't listen, and that's why.
Very Libra stuff that he's saying, like compromise. He all about compromise, and that's what those scales do. Like, all right, like I got to balance this. We need to be harmonious. So you rather compromise and work it out and talk it out and fix it.
I told you, I feel like
Yeah, have
Jesus
an argument
Christ
about it.
sometimes. I sacrifice. I don't care. I told my baby mama, I love you more than your daddy love you. You know, done told they other partner that.
Right. I see how he got his wife. I mean, who would not marry this nigga if he said that?
No, not my wife.
Don't come over here, man.
Yeah, not my wife, but my baby mama, I told her that. I love you more than your daddy love you. Don't ever disrespect me.
Y'all
Oh
got that
man!
house-
But before we wrap this up,
Man.
y'all, we gonna get one more census in. Do you believe or don't you believe? I'm gonna say I believe in some of it, but I don't believe how some people use it
Yeah.
In the
Right.
wrongful
in a
way.
negative way, and they're just ignorance on some of the fact of, so they make other people perceive it like, hell nah, man. So I'm gonna go with that.
All
Okay.
right, and I got a question now. Now that you kind of like looked a little bit deeper into your own personal chart and how it relates to you and not other people, do you see how a little more insightful it can be when you relate it to you?
Oh no, most definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't say it before, but I've
Yeah.
done research on this before. I don't disagree
Right.
with the zodiac signs and how it tailors to me
Yeah.
personally.
But
I
that's
don't
already-
disagree with that.
Right.
But at the same time, Tom touched up on some. There's a question I didn't ask. I would not make decisions off of certain
Your
stuff.
zodiac.
I
Right.
would not make decisions off of that.
Right.
because-
Right.
But then you got to look at people like billionaire bankers and stuff like that who actually make decisions off.
They do.
Astrological signs.
I mean, that's them.
No, I'm just saying, like the most important people who run your whole financial life,
That's
they
them.
see value in it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I just,
So I
think,
mean,
I just think it's,
success.
I just think it's something like we just don't understand it, so we don't know how to use it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
Right.
to-
it's-
for the benefit of it. Yeah.
It's that, but it's not like that. It's like, okay, I understand myself. I know who I am, and I believe in my decision.
Right.
So me making my decisions might still align to this,
Yeah.
Right.
but
Yeah.
I'm making my decision.
Right.
I'm not reading this first and then making my decision based
That's-
off of it. I'm
Right.
still making my decision off of who I am, when I was born, and all this celestial energy that y'all put in me at birth, I guess.
You know what it is?
And that's how I got into astrology. I didn't get into it, you know. I went in backwards. I went in reading what it was about, and it just happened to, you know, line up with what I was already doing.
Right, big mama.
So you still don't believe?
Then one.
Hell no, I don't believe.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, I believe.
All right.
It ain't
It ain't
never
changed with you?
for me.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it ain't
never
gonna change.
changed
The
for me.
question is, I done cut your mic off, Big Mama, but you believe or not?
Do you believe
still,
it, though?
You still don't believe?
I'm not 50 now.
You what? 50-50?
They done put some stuff in there that you feel like, oh yeah, I heard, yeah.
Boo.
But not based off of. But that's the thing that me and y'all was talking about.
Person, like your individual self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I challenge y'all to just go and read the entire thing. Like when y'all have
I don't
time.
like
I used to
reading.
always- Look.
Yeah, that's why I said challenge.
Just watch it.
Take me back
But we done already talked about it on the last podcast. What's wrong with our
but
coaches.
look at it though. You already know your life. Y'all say y'all already know y'all self, right? So just read it to see if it confirms what you already know. That's really all you're doing.
Because they haven't read it before.
You haven't read it
so
before.
when you haven't read it before and you're going through the motion and stuff, then you read it, they're your answer.
Right.
So
you-
nobody
Then
forcing
you
me to
read it
read
and
the
you
Bible.
start adapting to what
No,
you
you
read.
ain't. You
No,
go.
you already have
You can go
done
compare
it.
it
online
to
and
your
go
life
and
experience.
Right.
go watch what
If you
somebody
got,
else heard. You
if
can
you
hear
got
somebody
3
what
out
they
of 4
say
things,
about
you're
it.
gonna adapt to the 4th one because you
Man, I
feel like
done
the
read
other
a lot.
three
No,
ain't
not
about that.
necessary because there's stuff that's in there
Case in point,
that
case
I
in
do
point.
not too
It
much.
told- It
think
said,
it's true.
I read my report. It said I was already into astrology and the shit that I'm into right now, right?
Yeah.
I read that after the fact, after I was already into it. So it just confirmed something that I was already into. I was like, damn, how did it know that I was into astrology?
Right.
And I'm studying astrology.
Right.
You know, so just go in and read.
What a
and see.
coinky dink.
Yeah, what a coinky dink, right? That it just happened to say that I would be into this, what I'm into.
I feel
That's
that
how
it,
talk shows used to be.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
just
that
telling
it
you
really
just to
don't
read it.
matter.
Just read it.
Because if this helps people, it helps people.
Right.
Right.
You know, and for those who don't believe, you probably find something else that helps you, even if you're reading the Bible or whatever. But that's how I feel, though. I mean, if it helps you, it helps you.
Right. That's all it is.
And it's just a belief. What you believe.
In a positive way.
In a positive way.
Live your life. Don't listen to this shit. Stay in here. I'm sorry if that was a deterrent.
The sky is not blue.
Anyway, I'm not gonna let Tom hijack the ending of this show and keep us moving and pushing. But y'all stay tuned to the next show. Thank y'all for listening. We out of this mug, Zealous Vibes.
Hey now, don't forget what to do. We got more good vibes coming just for you. Follow, subscribe, and hit that share. Show some love, spread it everywhere. Got ideas for the next big show? Drop a line, let us know. We vibe together, you know it's right. Hit that bell, don't miss a sight. Your feedback helps us grow, it's true. Tell us how we're doing, from us to you. More talk, more fun, more things to say. We need you to lead the way. Comments, thoughts, we're all ears. Let's build together year after year. Thanks for listening, we'll catch you soon. Stay locked in, new episode coming Tuesday at noon. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you soon. Stay locked in. New episode coming Tuesday at noon.